guys how to build a landing page for your freelancing business. So you as a web designer or a web developer, you're gonna need to have some sort of landing page. And I'm gonna show you how to build one, how to go about building one, the process that I use to just build websites in general. You can use the same process to build your freelancer website. So I'm gonna get started. So I'm gonna start like from scratch. Um, so the first thing I'm gonna show you is the website I'm gonna build from. So like the template I'm gonna start off with. So I was just searching online for like a nice template that I could use as a starting point. And what you should look at is like the layout. So like if you see we have this big header, it has a big image. Um, Even though I wouldn't choose that image, I would use a different image, but I like the layout of it. You know, you got the headline here, the subtext and the button. I could have my menus up here, and then I could also have a button, and then I could have my logo here too as well. And if you go down to the next section, you know, you'll have your services laid out. So I could put, you know, web design. I could put some other services that I do, maybe content creation, graphic design, or whatever service you think is appropriate for what you're doing, because you can offer a lot of services as a freelance web designer. This other section has like a testimonial from somebody. Um, you know, even if you don't have testimonials yet, um, I'm gonna show you how to go about getting that. But having like at least like one testimonial, somebody that you did some work for would be good. And the next will be like an about us section with a button where you could click find out more, and maybe another call to action where they could just click a button and reach out to you. So I'm going to change all this stuff. I'm going to change the copy, the text to make it fit a freelancing web design business, and change the imagery. And I'm going to show you how to do it using text AI. So there's AI within Divi and also image generation. You can generate images just by typing in some words and it'll generate it for you. So enough of that. I'm going to get started. So I'm gonna start like with a new WordPress install. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna create one. So I'm gonna do click the plus button, and everybody should have the local installed. And it's pretty much the same process. I'm gonna create a new site. I'm gonna name it. Freelance business. Hold on, it's moving slow. Okay, there we go. Freelance web design business. Somebody just walked in. Hold on, let me see if I can get them in. Okay. So I'm gonna call it freelance web design business. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna click continue. I'm gonna go with the preferred, leave that alone, and then I'm gonna come up with a username. So and a password. So I'm gonna create a username, Boney, and I'm gonna create my password. Just check it, make sure it's right, and then I'm gonna change my email. Okay, so now I have my username, my password, and my email. And when setting this up, this is a local setup, so it's not going to be live, but it's a great way to start building out some stuff before you actually add it to a live site. So I'm gonna click add site, and then this is gonna spin up, a WordPress site for me. And the reason I'm going through this process because if you guys see it over and over again, you know, you'll understand how to just do it on your own more independently and just set up a WordPress site and get to building a website. Anybody got any questions at this point?
My WordPress does not look like yours. Like how you created this new page, mine doesn't look like that.
You talking about local? So this is local. This is how you can spin up a WordPress site. You saying your local doesn't look like this?
I don't know if I have that on there. That
So
I would find that in the extensions.
no, this is something you guys should have downloaded. And this is a way to get WordPress installed on your machine for free and basically start building a website out.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I have that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And I just went through the process of just how to spin up a site quickly. So I'm going to click, it's done spinning up. I'm going to click open site.
Okay.
And if you see, I have a basic template in there. But we're going to change this. I'm going to add the divi theme template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my dashboard using username and password I created. Okay, definitely I have to use Chrome. I forgot it acts up in Safari sometimes. So I'm using Chrome. So I recommend you use Chrome as well. All right, so now I'm in my dashboard right now, and this should all look familiar to you guys. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install Divi. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is go to Appearance and Themes. Appearance and Themes is where you'll see all the themes you have available, including the one that's actively installed on your website. So this one, it says active, the 2024 theme. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a new theme, and I'm gonna click upload theme. But before I do that, there are other themes within the theme repository, and you guys can use these themes as well. You know, if you go through them and you like them. But what I like with Divi is I could build whatever from scratch, and it comes with a bunch of themes that you can use to get you started. So, but what I'm gonna do is upload Divi. I'm gonna click upload theme, click choose file, and then I'm gonna find the Divi theme. I think it's in my downloads. Yes, it's a zip file. So this zip file you guys should have. It's within the TechLumen Academy platform. So I'm gonna click it and upload it. And I'm gonna click install now. And then I'm gonna click activate to activate it. Okay, so now this theme is currently activated on my site. And how you can tell, another check you can do is just go on the site and see that it's activated. I mean, it's the theme that's applied, but you know, there's no pages built, there's nothing set up. But the next thing we have to do is activate the theme with the API key. So what I'm gonna do is grab the API key, and I gotta log in to Divi to do that. Okay. So I'm gonna go to my account. Username and API key. I'm already logged in. So I can come right here, and I'm gonna click my key. And then what I'm gonna do is, in order to activate it, I'm gonna go to Divi right here. I'm gonna go to theme options. And then I'm gonna click update. And then when I click update, I'm gonna put my username. And then I'm gonna put my API key right there. And I'm gonna click save changes. Now my Divi theme is activated with the license that I have, the lifetime license that I have. And now I have access to all the Divi features. So anybody got questions at this point? Okay, awesome. So
I do.
okay.
Will we still have, because you gave this code, the key in one
Mm-hmm.
of the modules, will we still have to use that in order to get into this Divi theme?
Yes, every time you would activate Divi as a theme, you also have to apply the username API key in order to activate the thing.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think somebody's trying to get in.
Jerry,
Yes.
is this the same thing we did on Wednesday, right? I'm just making sure this is the same thing.
Um, yes, but we're gonna go a little further. And I'm gonna show you how to just build a whole landing page for your business.
Okay,
For your
thank you.
Sun Saray raised her hand. You can speak, Sun Saray.
Can,
Sun Saray.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, my bad. I don't know. I have a question. So
Yeah.
remember I let you know that my exercise files isn't showing in the module.
Hmm.
Can you help me with that? Because what I would like to do is um I want to do this on my Windows. I'm doing it on my Mac right now, and
Hmm.
I don't know. I always have to go and see what's going on with the Mac. I want to do it in Windows. Is that possible?
Yes, you could do this in Windows or you can do this in Mac on a Mac.
Okay, I figured that, but I just want the divi link. Is it possible you could fix my exercise files or something so I can get it? Because when I look in the module, I don't see the exercise files link. It's not there for me.
Do you guys have the same issue? You don't see the divi zip file in the module? D Money, Anna.
Say it again.
You know the divi zip file to change your theme. Did you guys run
Yeah,
into that issue? You were able to find it, right? In the module,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I
Yes.
followed the video. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I found that.
Okay. Well, this is what I'm gonna do. Give me a second, Sunsaray, because I want to go through the exercise, and then I'm gonna send you the zip file because we'll take like a 5-minute break, and then I'll send you the zip file right quick.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. So now that we have Divi activated, and then I added my API key, the next thing we're gonna do is set my color palette. So when you're designing a website, you need a color palette, like a set of colors that you're going to use. Now, you guys don't have to be like designers, but you can generate your own color palettes using this. So let me just create a new tab, duplicate this. So I generated my own color palette using coolors. So what this allows you to do is generate color palettes that go together. So my logo, Tech Limited Academy, that you guys probably have seen, what I did was I created a palette from a photo. I just dropped my logo in here and it just created these colors for me out of it. And what I've done is I've copied each one and I put it in here. So I put each color, the black, look kind of a selective yellow, uh, chili red, white, and this is just red. So these would be colors that I would use all throughout the site in order to keep my uh, site consistent. And Divi has a color palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my color palette right now. So I'm going to go to general. So when you go to Divi theme options, right? And then you go to general, and then this is your color palette right here, your color pickers default palette. So my first one is black, so I'm gonna leave that alone. I also have, do I have a white? I have this right here. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm gonna add that. I think that's a white. Yeah, that is white. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this as my second color. I think it's already set if I'm not mistaken, but so okay, I'm adding this. It's like it's not true white, but it's kind of like an off white. And then my next color is going to be this color right here. I'm gonna add that. And then my last color would be this. So now when I add these colors, they're going to be available to me in any module that I work in. They're going to be available to me. So just looking at them, I have that chili red, that selective yellow, and this red. I don't think I grabbed that. Let me grab this. I'm gonna grab this red. I'm gonna add it to. Okay, cool. So now I got all my color palettes in there. So any module that I work with, I have these available and I can just click them and add them. So that's the first thing you would do, is set your color palette, generate your colors. And I usually generate it from a logo. Now, if you don't have a logo, you can still use this to come up with ideas. You may have some colors in mind. You may want blue. So let's see what combinations work well with blue or dark blue. And then, you can start from there. And then you can add those colors in to your color palette so you already have them available when you start building. Anybody got questions on that? Okay, cool. Now, the next thing you're going to do is update your logo. So now this is for people who have logos. If you don't have a logo, there's plenty of places online you could create one for cheap. And also you can type in your logo, but you would have to create like a custom navigation. And, I could send you some resources on how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a logo here, and I have one on my computer. I should have one Tech Illuminate logo right there. So I'm going to add that. That's my logo. Then I'm going to set as logo. And then after I set it as logo, I still have to save it. And now I have my logo set in. So that's the second part. So the first part is setting your color palette. The second part is uploading your logo. Now the third part is setting heading and body fonts. So heading fonts and body fonts are basically like the different styles of different font styles. So like if I go here and show you right here, this is font pair. And what font pair does, it gives you different Google font pairings that you can use for your headings and your body. So when I'm referring to headings, is those headlines I was teaching you about, the H1s, the H2s, the H3s. You could have them set up in different styles, right? So you can have like a DM serif display. This is like a headline. And this is like, under here is like your subtext. This is your body text. So you can set it site-wide in Divi. So you can go through here and look at these different combinations and say which one you like. I think somebody's coming in. Somebody. Okay, D Money raised their hand.
Yeah. So is that site just for like changing the fonts, or is it also change? It can help you find photos. You said. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure.
You talking about font pair? Yeah, font
that
pair
website.
Yes, font pair is a way for you to pick out some nice fonts for your website. So if you need some inspiration, because I'm not a designer, I'm more of a developer, but I do know what good design looks like. So I need some inspiration. So I would come here and look at these different font combinations. So these are like headings. Yeah, this is what you would use for like the heading. So you would set it in Divi, which I'm going to show you in a minute how to do that. You would set it in Divi site-wide. So you set it in one place, which is going to be in the customizer, the theme customizer, which I'm going to show you. And every heading is going to have that font style. And then you're also going to set your body text. And when you set your body text, every paragraph tag or paragraph text, which is the text module in Divi, will have these styles. So you don't even have to worry about setting it individually for each module, which would be a lot of work. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, I
Yeah.
understand.
So
Thank you.
Okay,
I
cool.
do have
Yes.
one question. Can you hear
Sure.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So you said that if you make those changes to your fonts in the settings, will it just will it go across your entire site, or will it just be that section or that page?
So what I'm gonna show you is how to apply it to the whole site. So anytime you have a heading, it's automatically
Uh-huh.
gonna, you don't have to set it in the module. Like if you have a text module that you upload and you want to put some text, it'll
Yeah.
already have the font that you set site wide. So it makes it
Okay.
easier to develop, and it keeps your site looking consistent. Because some
Okay.
sites they're not consistent with the font style. This look different, that look different, and people will notice that.
You're right. Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Anybody else got any more questions? Okay, cool. So I've chosen a font style. I've chosen Roboto condensed and a box body text of Roboto. So those two are what I'm using. So I'm gonna show you how to set it now. So where you set it is in the customizer. So you would go to appearance and customize, right? And then you would go right here to the header. No, not header. You will go to general settings and typography. So typography has to deal with font styles. So you will click on typography, and here you can set like different types of styles that will go site wide. So you can set the body text size. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that to like 16, maybe 17. I'm gonna set it to 17 pixels. Um, And then down here, this is where I'm going to set the header font and the body font. So my header font is going to be Roboto condensed. So I don't know why they don't have a search here. They should, but for now, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to look for Roboto condensed, which is right here. And I'm setting that. So you already see like it changed a little bit right here, right? You already see it,
I
it kind
got
of
it. I got it.
yeah. And then I'm going to set the body font to, make sure I remember, Roboto. So I'm gonna go right to Roboto. So let me do this, speed it up. Right here, I'm gonna click that, and you see that was changed as well. So now I have my header font as Roboto condensed, and every title, whether it be H1 through H6, will have that. And I have my body font text that will be set to this. So every text module will have this font style. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click publish, and then I'm gonna X out of this. So that's pretty much that for that. Anybody got
You
questions
don't
on
have
that?
to save those. Do you got to go and save those changes before you go out of there? Do you got to save changes again or no?
Yes, you. So what I did was when I in the customized, I clicked publish.
Okay, and
So
that saved it.
yep, that saved it. Yep,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, next, now we're gonna get into developing the page. Now that we've set up our color palettes, keep our colors consistent. We got our logo, and then next we got our heading and body fonts going. So they're always applied no matter what text module or page I'm on. Now it's about developing a landing page. So I have an example site that I chose for myself. I'm gonna click it and open it up. So I showed you this before. So this is what I'm using as a starting point. I'm gonna change this stuff around. Um, but this is what I'm using as a starting point. And just to quickly go through it, show you. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with the heading. I'm gonna start off with that first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this kind of like right here. So I have it next to it, so I can go back easy. And then what I'm gonna do is create a page. Um, So WordPress always adds some pages for you, but I'm gonna trash them. I don't need them. So what I'm gonna do is click add new page, and I'm gonna call this freelance web design. Right. So I'm gonna call it that. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is click use divi builder. And what that's gonna do is it's going to give me like a welcome to the divi builder. And you guys can go through this tour if you want to learn more. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start building, and then I'm gonna start building from scratch. Right. So this is what I'm gonna start off with. But another thing I want to do before I start building from scratch, I'm gonna save this draft. I want to get rid of this. I should have got rid of this before because it's kind of really annoying because I don't need it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come right here to widgets, click on widgets, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna delete all this stuff. It's in the footer area. That's the footer area where this stuff is being automatically applied. So I'm gonna get rid of this stuff, delete. I think we got rid of everything. This is more like the sidebars, but I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this too. This will appear on post, like any post that you have. Okay, so I think we're good now. Let me make sure I've gotten everything out of all the footer areas. And then after that, I'm gonna click update, just to update it. Okay, widget is saved. So I'm gonna go back to my pages. And I'm gonna enable the visual builder. That's gone now. So there's 3 ways you can start building with Divi. You can build from scratch. You can choose a pre-made layout, or you can clone an existing page. Oftentimes, I'm either building from scratch or I'm cloning an existing page. And sometimes I use a pre-made layout, depending if it fits what I'm looking for. But sometimes, I just say I'm just gonna build it from scratch. But in this instance, I'm going to build this from scratch because I want you guys to learn how to use this stuff. So Divi has 3 different types of sections. So the Divi builder is built in sections. So you have a regular section, because if I click here, you'll see you'll have a regular section, a specialty section, or a full width section. So like just to show you, the regular section comes with like a full width column, 2-column row, 3-column structure row, 4-column, 5-column, and it goes on. And then it has columns that take up different percentages. Like you may have this one looks like about 3/4, so it's taking up like 75% maybe, and this one is taking up 1/4. And this one, depending on how you want your stuff set up, But for what I'm doing, I'm just going to use a regular section. We also have specialty sections, and they have different layouts. You can add modules and all these different sections right here. And then the next type of section would be a full width section. So full width sections come with like a full width header, a full width map. So full width means it stretches out from end to end. A full width image, a full width menu, a full width post slider, post titles. Posts are like, blog articles that you post or content. But for what we're doing, we're going to just start off with the section. So if I go to my site, you will see it has a background image, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a background image to my site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'm going to click background, right? So what I did, I just came to where this wheel icon is at. And if you kind of like hover over it, it'll say section settings. You can click it open, and then you could click on background. So you have a link where you could add a link to it. Somebody clicks on it, but what you're gonna do, we're gonna focus on the background. So we can add a background color, a gradient, which is a mixture of two colors, an image, a video, a pattern. So it comes to like patterns you can add. But I'm not gonna do that. And then this is like a background mask, but I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna do an image. So I'm about to show you the AI image generation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm hovering over this, and if you see this, it says AI. So if I click on this, um, they have two options that it gives you: generate with AI or generate automatically. So I'm gonna click generate with AI. And then when I click generate it with AI, this dialog box pops up, and it asks you the first thing, like, what's the image style? And you can even like click into the question here, and it says, choose what style of image you would like to create, or select none and describe the style of the image in your prompt. So it could be a photo, a digital painting, concept art, drawing, a 3D render, a vector graphic, abstract art, watercolor, comic book, cartoon, or none. But I'm just gonna go with a photo. So in the next section, it says image description. So tell Divi about the image you would like to create. So considering what I'm building a website for a freelance web design business. So I'm gonna say create an image um, that shows uh, uh, a man working on a website uh, on the beach. Just to give you, you could be as specific as you want. So I'm just using this as, you know, just for testing, but I'm gonna come up with another image. And then down here, this is optional. Like say if you have an image that you want it to kind of like reference, you kind of like it, and then it'll take that image, the AI will take that image, run it through its algorithm, consider what you put in, and kind of like make one new image with everything that all the information that you gave it. So it's basically data. You're giving it text, giving it an image, it all gets broken down into data. The AI algorithm takes it in and gives you a output, which is a new image. Here you could uh, set the aspect ratio. It could be square, be landscape, portrait, or custom size. Um, maybe we could do uh, maybe we could do landscape, something like that. Um, and then I'm gonna click generate, see what it gives me. It's generating for us. It's generating some images, and wow, it came up with some images. Um, so these are not bad. And what you can do is you can choose one if you want. You can edit it. Um, or you could just generate four more, or you can use this image or this image. Um, let's generate four more. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay. Okay. Some nice images. Um,
I'm gonna need a black man.
okay. Yeah, we definitely could change it into a black man. But what I wanted to show you is how you can like extend it. Um, you can extend the ratio. You could upscale it, kind of make it bigger. You can enhance it, increase saturation, contrast, increase detail, click enhance image. But I'm gonna change this to something like somebody working in a coffee shop or something. So just to show you guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and then I'm gonna say create image that shows a black man working in a coffee shop.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Developing a website. Make the outside. Wait, hold on. Make the outside look like city of Chicago, or make sure the outside of the restaurant of the coffee shop, actually, you got to be real specific. Looks like inner city Chicago or something like that. Just give it like some type of background scene or something. This is Chicago. Okay. Then I'm gonna click generate. Somebody just jumped in. Somebody wants to join. Oh, admit. And then we go back here. And there we go. It's not bad.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. I like that.
Yes, right there, right there.
Okay. I'm gonna use this image. Okay, cool. So now we have a background image, and what I'm gonna do with this background image is I'm gonna add like a little slight gradient, because I want to show some text, and then I'm gonna increase the size of this too. So I'm gonna come right here. So you go to this gradient, and the gradient is a combination of two colors. So I'm gonna make them both black. Click on both of them, make them both black. And then I'm gonna come right here to this option that says place gradient above background image. So you can't see it now, right? What you can do is come right here and then you can adjust the opacity, right? So like at the top, you can make it like a little bit more lighter. And then the other part of the gradient, click bottom. Kind of like a slight tint. So when I put my text, my white text, you can see it. And then we could adjust it accordingly, if we need to. And then I can click that and save my draft. And then next, we have this headline I want to add. So one thing you can do to check out styles. So like if I come here, right, and I know you guys are not too familiar with CSS. So what I did, I just right click and inspect. But you can grab the styles from here. So like I'm looking at this, and then I want to look at the padding. So we got like 50, something like that. And then what do we have in here? So padding is like the spacing. So just looking at the spacing. Okay. Line content, line items. So, okay, so we got a margin of 150, padding. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some text. I'm gonna add what is called a row. So what I'm doing, I'm inserting a row, and I'm just gonna do a 1-column row. And then in that 1-column row, I'm gonna add a headline, a heading. So I can use the heading module that Divi provides. and you can't see it because it's a different color black. But what I'm going to do is change that. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the color. So I can hover over this, and then I'm going to change the color to this color. And then I'm going to align this heading in the center. And then not only that, I'm going to increase the font size, the text size. So I want this to be big and bold. Right there. And then I think that'll be pretty much it for now. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use AI, and I'm gonna ask AI to generate a headline for me. So I'm gonna click just like before, write with AI, write automatically, write with AI. So you presented with a dialog box. So you have a title. So this is dealing with the content type. So what type of content are you writing? This will help Divi AI tailor the output to your desired format. So if we click, we have a title, paragraph, button, blog post, social media post. We're doing the title. So what are you writing about? Create a title that communicates that this landing page is about web design services. Right. So I'm basically giving it something to write. Added context, you can put this page content. So it has a thing where if you're writing like further down, even though you don't really have a whole lot, but when you get to that part where you have content, it'll consider the content that you wrote and write based on that context. Or you can say based on this section content or this module content, but no context. But I'm gonna do that with the subtitle since we have a title. So I'm gonna do this page content, and then I'm gonna click generate text. Web design services done, right? So that's okay. What we can do is do a few things like make it better, rephrase, lengthen. Maybe I can make it better. See what it does. Web design services by freelance web design business. Maybe I could like shorten freelance web design business. Okay. Let me try again. Okay. So I make changes to web design, your next digital solution. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna click use this text. I'm gonna come right here, move that. I'm gonna say web design, your next digital solution. So I'm gonna keep that, and that's gonna be my headline. One thing I want to do with this headline, I want to make it bold. I want it to stand out even more. So I'm gonna go to the font weight. The font weight has to do with how thick it is, so I can make it even more bold. And I want to increase the size just a little bit more. So I think that's pretty good with that. I click the green in the dialog box to save, and then I click right here to save again. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add some subtext. So I'm just going to add a regular text module, right? And then what I'm going to do is come down here and center it using these. So if you hover over them, it'll tell you what it does, justify, table, or you're dealing with alignment. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna change the color to white. And then I want to increase the font size just a little bit more. All right. And then I want to increase the line height. The line height is the space in between each line. So you got the first line, the second line. So what I'm gonna do is just add a little bit more. And then I'm gonna come back to text, and then I want to write with AI again. So I want to write with AI. And I'm gonna say write some sub text about web design services. And I wanted to consider this page content, so it should consider this title. So I'm gonna click generate text. That's too long. I'm gonna improve with AI and I'm gonna shorten. All right, that's way too long. Shorten a little bit, retry again. That's really long. That's really long. Okay, I'm gonna refine this result, rewrite this to be 100 characters. Okay. This is really long. Simplify. So I click simplify. It's giving me such long text. Transform your online presence with freelance web design business. So I might just grab like some of this, but rewrite for experts, beginners, paraphrase. We paraphrase. It still looks like a lot. You want to use as little text as possible. So I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna trim this down a little bit. But at least it came up with something. So transform your online presence with freelance web design business. Expert create. So I'm gonna keep this and get rid of other stuff. And then make sure I center this. I want to raise this to be a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay, that's fine right there. So I think we got something right here. And I think the next thing I'm going to do is increase the height of this. So what I'm going to do is come right here to spacing. And then I'm going to click this. And spacing has to do with like the space. So like I clicked in here into this row. So I'm gonna add space at the top and at the bottom just to expand this a little bit. So if I click here, spacing, then I go kind of just to add some spacing here. And there we go. I want to change that image. He looks high, but I don't know if anybody noticed that. But so I added space at the top and at the bottom. And then the next thing I want to do is add a button. But let me save it. Make sure you always saving. So like you make sure you save in here and then you save down there. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a button. All right. I'm gonna click button. And then I want this button to be in the middle. And then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put some text in this button, learn more. Right. And then I'm gonna style this button. So I'm gonna go to button. I'm gonna click use custom styles for button. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose something for my color palette. Somebody raised their hand. D-Money.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you get to the button to do the learn more? That's what I'm trying to figure out now.
Oh yeah. Let me start up again. So what you can do, you can click. So like you're adding a module. So you have sections, right? You got a row in the green, and then you got a module in the black. So these are modules. So what you can do to add another one, you can click the plus button, and then you're looking for a button
at the bottom.
Yes, right there.
Yeah. Gotcha.
If you're looking for something, you can just type it in here in the search, and it'll pop up. So you don't have to like scroll all the way down. And then, so we got this dialog open. So I'm gonna change the button text here, and I'm gonna say learn more. And then I'm gonna come right here to design, and I'm gonna change the alignment. of this. And then I'm gonna style my button. So in order to style it, I'm gonna come right here to where it says buttons, and I'm gonna click use custom styles for buttons. So I'm gonna borrow some stuff out of my palette. So I may turn this button. Well, actually, I'm gonna turn the text white. So that's the button text color, and then I'm gonna turn the background color to this. So I kind of like that. It stands out. It kind of goes with, my logo. And I have a black, this is white text, so my logo, that's why it's not showing. So I'm gonna change this to a black background in a minute. So I've added that. It has a white border. So what I'm gonna do is get rid of that. Well, matter of fact, I can keep it, and I may just make it the same color. So I have my palette colors here. So all my colors will always be consistent because they're already here available for me. And then I'm gonna click save. And then one thing I want to show you, I'm gonna save this first that you can do. And this right here is gonna help build websites fast. So what you can do, you can come right here and you can do preset, right? And what these presets is gonna do is it's gonna preset your buttons to look the default style to look a certain type of way every time. So it keeps your buttons consistent. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click create new preset current styles. And I'm gonna call this main button, right? And I'm gonna come right here and I'm gonna say assign preset to default, and I'm gonna set this to yes. I'm gonna click that. And it says, are you sure this will assign main button as the default button preset across your entire site? All button modules that use the default button preset will be effective. Do you wish to proceed? Yes, because that's what you want. And then you saved, and I saved this. And then the cool thing about it, I'm gonna show you in a second, when I add the next section, is that when you click a button, this style is gonna appear, so you don't have to redo it over again. So I'm gonna do the next section. Anybody got any more questions?
Yeah. Yes. The main button. What did you just save it?
Yes.
More?
Yes. What I did, I just saved like the preset. So once you figure out what your color palette is and what all your buttons are gonna look like as far as the color, the style, the text, like as far as the font style and all that, you can save it. And then every time you add a button, it's gonna come out looking like this. So it keeps all your buttons on your website looking consistent. So then you don't have to restyle it over and over and over again. So you can build websites pretty fast. And you can do this not only with buttons, but you can do this with text modules. You can do this with whole sections. If you got a 2-column section that you styled a certain way and you want it set like that, and every time you add it to a page, it just comes styled like that. So you're building out websites really fast. Anybody got any other questions? If not, I'm gonna move on to the next section. So the next section I'm gonna add is the section for services. So I'm just gonna make this a regular section. I'm gonna add a row, and this is where my title is gonna be. So I'm gonna call this a heading, and then I'm just gonna call this services. And then what you can do, you can hover over here to where this brush icon is and click, and it'll take you and open up the styles for you where all the stuff is at. And then what I'm gonna do is come right here to heading text alignment, and I'm gonna click center. And I'm gonna come right here to text size. I wanna make this just a little bit bigger. So 50, and I think I'm gonna make it bold. See how that looks. I like that. I like how that looks. So I'm gonna save that. So you know what? I'm gonna do another preset. So all my sections may have titles. So just looking at this, if I have any sections that have titles, I could just use that. So I'm gonna save. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do another thing. I'm gonna add like a border at the bottom. So I'm gonna come right here to border, kind of like here. You see how it has like this little line right here. I think I'm gonna add that to it. Border style, like that. Border width. This is kind of long, so but I think it'll be a nice style. I'll do something like this, and then make the width a little thick, something like that, sort of like that. Or what I can do is add a divider, which I think may be a little bit better. Because let me see. I think I could control the sizing. I think that'll be better to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the border off. Turn that off. Right. So this, yes, right there. So what is that?
Did you push the X or no? Or go back?
I don't think it did.
Or the back. Yeah, maybe delete on.
Let me try. Let me go again. I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna do a heading. Then I'm gonna do this alignment. I'm gonna increase the size. I think I'll make it 45. I'm gonna make the font weight bold. I'm gonna change this text to services. And then yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it like that. Yes. And then down here I'm gonna add a divider. And that way I could add like something similar to this, but I could shorten the width, how wide it is. So I'm gonna add that. Then I'm gonna come to design. I'm gonna go to line, and I'm gonna go to color. And then what I'm going to do is go to spacing, no sizing, and then we could set the divider weight, and then we could also set the width of this. So, and then I've centered this, so I centered it. So I want the width to kind of be similar to this. So it's real small. So and then if I come here, oh, it says our services, so I may change that to our services. So I'm gonna save that, and then I'm gonna come here, change this to our services. And then now the next thing I'm gonna add is the images. So I'm gonna leverage AI again. So I'm gonna come and add another row. And this time, if you look at this, it's 3 images. So what I'm gonna do is add 3 columns. So I'm gonna do a 3 column. And then the first thing you wanna add is an image. So I'm gonna do image. And then I'm gonna come right here to AI, generate it with AI. I'm gonna say photo, image description. So I'm gonna choose a photo, image description. I'm gonna show a web developer working on the website in a lit office. Okay. And then keep it square, maybe landscape. So portrait. I think they're portraits up and down. So generate. Okay. Okay, more white folks. So I can regenerate, show a developer working on the website. Well, with Office, let's generate that. Okay, there we go. So these images look decent. You have something like this. It's a portrait up and down. I think this may be. I think this may be good. Let me generate 4 more. Let's see what it gives me. And then I'm gonna do the rest for the images. Then I'm gonna add my text. Okay. Okay. I think this may be fine. Okay, let's use this image. Okay, awesome. And then what I can do is I'm gonna save this, right? I'm gonna change this image, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy, paste, copy and paste. But I'm gonna change this image. So let me change these images. Edit image, modify. Now we don't want to modify. I want to just change the image completely. Upscale, generate, replace. Yes. Okay. New description. Let me add a new description. So the next service is going to be graphic design. Show a black designer working on a graphic in a coffee shop. Generate. Okay. What did it just give me? Just give me some crap. Okay. Now show a black graphic designer working on a graphic in a coffee shop. Yeah. Because we got graphic design and content creation. And it doesn't always have to be a person. It could be, yeah, there we go. Probably use something like this. It's a good image right here. I put a well lit. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Awesome. And then this one will be some content creation, generate, replace. And then this could be like content on a computer screen or something. Okay. Show posting content on website. Regenerate. Show content creator hosting content on website. Okay. Yeah, you got to be real specific. Anybody got questions on this? Okay. Well, maybe I could just show that or something like this instead, like just content on the screen. So I'm gonna use that image so we don't spend so much time on that. So I can get to the other sections. Okay, so now I got all my images. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add like some text. Matter of fact, I'll add a headline, a heading, and then I'm gonna put web design, right? And then I'm gonna add some subtext. Then I'm gonna come right to AI. I'm gonna say write with AI. It's gonna be it already know paragraph. So Right. So information about web design service, and keep it short. Generate text. Powerful web design. Let me see if I can shorten this. Okay, so I'm gonna use this text. Okay, not bad. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this stuff just to speed it up. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna call this graphic design. And I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna modify this. Try to replace. Rewrite. Speed. Graphic design. Design service. Generate. Shorten this. It's too long. Okay. It's this right here. And this is really long. So I may just cut a piece of this. And then I'm gonna add this right there. And I'm gonna add this right there. And then this is gonna be content creation. And then I'm gonna change this text and modify this to speak on content creation. Rewrite to speak about content creation services. Generate. Okay. Let's shorten this up. Let's use this text. There we go. And then we got our section. Anybody got questions on this? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an about section and a call to action. So, I don't spend too much time. So what I'm going to do is create a call to action section. So what I can do is I could come to my full width. It's usually, I actually could come right here to regular. I'm gonna add a row, but then I'm gonna do CTA. So CTA is call to action. And then I can add a call to action here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a background image. I'm gonna generate it with AI. Generate with AI. Create a background image. Create an image showing rock designs website on the table. Kind of, setting that scene. And then I'm gonna generate it. And then that's gonna be my background image. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a call to action where you press a button for kind of like a contact. Okay, this is not bad. We have something like this. I can generate 4 more, see what it gives me.
Jerry, you said you're making a about tab for this?
Yeah. So this section is a call to action. So what I'm gonna do is create a call to action. Right? I'm gonna create this section And I'm gonna create another section too called About Us, just 2 sections. So I'm gonna create the About Us section, and so the About Us section, that could be like your bio, really. So it could be down here, and then when somebody click, it goes down to your bio. But yeah, this would be your. So what happens to the? Oh, okay, generate with AI. Okay, create an image showing mock mock design of a website on a table. Okay, generate. And but you guys pretty much understand how to do this now that you've seen like kind of like the flow, and you can tweak this and modify this, modify all this stuff. So I'm gonna use this image. So I'm gonna use that image. Uh, I'm going to add a gradient to it, kind of give it some like a dark tint. I'm gonna place it above the image, but I'm gonna make it the background have some opacity. It's called. I'm gonna do the same thing down here. All right. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna change the background color of this. Get rid of that. And then I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna change this text to want to work with us. And I'm gonna make it all uppercase. I'm gonna make it bold. And I'm gonna increase the size a little bit. Want to work with us, and then down there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna there's some content down there I need to get rid of right here, and then I'm gonna add a button that says contact us. So I'm gonna show you that button that I created. Bam. See, it just comes in there without me having to style it. And I have my contact section. And then the next section I'm gonna do is a bio section. So I'm gonna do that quickly because we're kind of over the time. So I'm gonna do the bio section. And I'm gonna make it a 2-column row. So I'm gonna add a heading, and that says, about me. And then I'm gonna make it bold. Text right here. I'm gonna increase the size to 45. Matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this right here and I'm gonna set a preset. Create new preset. Heading preset 2. Subheading. So instead of me having to style that, just happened. Okay. 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 Let me enable that back again. It froze. Okay. Come down here. I'm gonna get rid of that, and then I'm gonna add my title, my heading. There we go. See, it comes with that style. And then I'm gonna say about me. And then I just want to move this to the farther left. Then I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna add some text. And then I'm gonna generate with AI. a short bio about just some dummy text just to get up there. Generate text. Okay. There's this text. And then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to increase the size a little bit. I'm going to increase the line height just a little bit. All right, and I like the style of that. And then I'm going to add an image here. And then I'm going to generate with AI. Generate with AI. So create an image of a man. Okay. At the sunset from each of a black showing night looking at the sunset. So just a dummy image I'm putting up there. So show a black man looking at the sunset from behind. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay. I think this is cool right here. I like that. And there we go. We got a freelance site. And you can go ahead and tweak this stuff, like this image right here. It look kind of crazy, so I could like retweak it. Matter of fact, I want to edit it. So generate, replace. Show coffee shop working on the website. Yeah, because I don't like how his face look. It looks crazy. So I'm gonna have it regenerated. Okay. Show a black man. I'm gonna say developing a website in a coffee shop. Regenerate. It's taking a minute, but does anybody have any questions at this point about anything? I think the last thing I'm gonna do, I think this is cool.
No, I don't
This
think
one
so.
right here, or maybe this one. Maybe this one. I heard somebody say something.
I said no, I don't think so. But are we ever going to So you're just showing us briefly. So you're gonna show us the other thing, not the bio, but the contacts. That's what it was. Yes, and the other stuff on how a website actually look like Microsoft, Amazon layout looks like. You're gonna show us those type of stuff later on through the 3 months.
You said the Microsoft and Amazon.
Like the websites on how it's ordered, how it's displayed or layout, for professional use for like live websites. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah. So what I'm showing you right now, this is a viable site. You probably could tweak this some more. Probably tweak the text, tweak the images, as far as the styles. We could do a whole lot more to enhance this, but this is basically the new way of designing websites with AI. You have websites, you have tools that you could click one button and it'll build the whole site for you with images and stuff. So there's a lot of tools out there like that. So The last thing I want to show you guys is how to set up your menu. So if you see right here, my logo, so depending on what kind of logo you have, what color it is, you want to make sure the menu kind of matches. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to come to theme customizer. That's where you can like customize the menu, and you can go to header and navigation. You can go to the primary bar, and then you can go down here and you'll see all the different stuff you can change, like text color, active link color. So I can come right here and, I could add active link color as this color, and then I can publish that. So that means whenever a link is pressed, the link that's active is what it'll show that you already, that you're currently on that page. So now like the background color is white. I want to change it to black. So now you can see my logo, and I want to kind of line it up a little bit. So I'm gonna publish that. And then another thing I want to do is I want to come right here to header elements. I want to get rid of that search icon. I don't need it for my site. And then now, this should look better, but we need some navigation. So I'm going to borrow the navigation from here. So like home, about, services, contact. So you could do it right from in here. So you can go right to menus, create new menu. And then you have 3 sections. So you have a primary menu, which is this, your footer menu, which is going to be like down here. And then the secondary menu, it appears at the top. But I'm just going to do a primary menu and a footer menu. And I'm going to name my menu Tech Illuminate. You can name it after your business. It doesn't matter what you name it. Just name it something. And then click next. And then what you're going to do, you're going to add items. So you're going to add home. And then next one you're going to add is about. So you got about, services, and contact. So I'm going to add an about. And then I'm going to add services. And then I'm going to add contact. Now you're just creating a menu. These pages are not created yet. And then what you can do, you just click publish. And then you see that that's active. But there's another thing. You can't see the other ones because we got to change the colors. So I'm right here to header navigation, my primary menu. And I'm going to change the text color to white. And now we actually see. But once you change it, you got to make sure you click publish so it can be seen. And then I think, oh yeah, and then the next thing you're gonna want to do, but now we have a site. So this is how you can get something up and running really quickly, like some images, so some text. You got to play around with the images a little bit. But this is how you can get something up really quickly. So you got your secondary menu, your footer menu, and your primary menu. So those are the 2 sections. And then the next thing I want you to do, you come here, you go to homepage settings. So right now, your latest post. So like if we go, let me duplicate this, click out of this, go to that. So if I go, the homepage is set to this. So you're gonna need to change your homepage to a static page, and you gotta select the page, and then I think it's matter of fact, the page is not there because it's not published. So I gotta come back here on the pages, and I got to publish it. So click edit. Come here in the back, and I gotta publish it. It's not gonna be available. So when I click that publish, I may have to click out of here and go back to homepage settings. See, yeah, I may have to click out of this so it can reload. Somebody has a question? So let me go back in there, in customizer, homepage settings, static page, freelance web designer. That's what I named my page. So I had to reload in there. And then this should be my homepage. So even if I go back here, I go back here, this is the page you see when you first landed. Anybody got any questions on that? I think it was D Money who raised his hand.
Yeah, Jerry. So I was just on the admin and the WP admin, and I saw from Wednesday that we like opened some posts, right, and for some reason it all disappeared and it went back to the default that we opened to the site. Was I supposed to like publish it to save it, or save draft and do publish? Because I just did it again. Hopefully it saves.
So
Thank you.
So let me ask, so you saying for your page that you create, in order for it to be seen, you have to publish it or save draft? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if you save draft, it's not going to be able to be shown on the front end. Even if you send the link to somebody, it's not available. It's just not available. The only time it's available is when you publish it.
So it's saved now. Got you. All right.
Yeah, it's saved, but it's not live. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Got you.
Got it. Anybody else got any questions? I think that's it. If we go back.
I asked how can I access this recording?
Oh, as soon as we get off the call, it's gonna like download and then I'm gonna send it to you guys. Yeah, that's how Google Hangout works. Same thing with Zoom. As soon as you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. So this is pretty much it. I want one thing for you guys to do for me. I want you to answer, fill out a form. It's some questions that I came up with, and what these questions, the answers to these questions is going to help me figure out how to serve you better in terms of the training and the outcome you're looking for to get from this. Because you're not doing this for no reason. So you're looking for an outcome, but I want to just understand better. So I'm gonna put it in the chat. Matter of fact, I'll put it in the chat, but I'm also gonna send an email out to people. So I'll put it. So I'm gonna stop presenting. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I want you guys to fill it out honestly about, answer the questions honestly, because it's gonna help me just make the program better and and help serve you better. So I would really appreciate if you guys can do that for me. Anybody else got any questions?
No, not at this time.
Okay, awesome. So thank you guys for coming out. I'm gonna do this some more. I'm gonna schedule some more. There's a lot of stuff that you can learn with this Divi and web design. How to set up a store, how to hook up payments, how to create a membership site, a whole bunch of how to set up your blog, upload content. But I'm gonna take it bit by bit, because I want you guys to get up to speed in the class, because that 3 hours is really not enough. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just supplementing it. But I'm also working on a program that's gonna be more in depth. It's a freelancer program. It's not like a course. It's a course. It's gonna have content, but it's more a program, because you follow the program, you get these results, like a transformation. So I'm gonna talk more about it through email. Like, I'm gonna send you guys some information, and if you guys are interested in being like the first participants in the program, I'll offer early bird discounts. It is something that's I'm gonna charge for, but it's gonna be way more in depth. It's gonna have good video content, quizzes, community around it, so you guys get help. But really the course is that train you on how to make money being a freelance web designer, because it's not enough for you to get the skills. you also need clients to sell your services to. So that's basically, what I'm working on behind the scenes. So I'll share more information through email and Discord if you're not already on there. But that's pretty much it. If you guys don't have any questions. All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
All right.
Appreciate your time, Jerry. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
No problem.
Hey, Jerry, you'll
Thank
send
you.
me that
Thank you
Divi
so much.
link
Oh
download.
yeah. I
Thank
forgot. I'm
you.
gonna send you that, Sunset Ray. Thank you. Thank you guys. I'm gonna send you that, Sunset Ray.
Okay, you gonna email it to me, right?
I'm gonna share it in the drive because Gmail be tripping on zip files. So
Okay, so what drive you finna put it in?
I'm gonna put it in this drive and I'm gonna grant you access to it. You'll get an
All right,
email.
all right, cool.
Okay, cool. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Is there? Oh, never mind.